With classic lashes, it doesn't matter which tweezer you have in one hand, it's whatever is most comfortable for you. So if you find that isolating with your straight tweezer is more comfortable, then that's perfectly fine. If you find that your L-shaped tweezer is more comfortable, you're more than welcome to use that tweezer. When you move into volume lashes, that's when it becomes a little bit more technical in terms of what tweezer you have to have in what hand. So what I find really helpful is when you are isolating, you always have to have one wrist in the middle of your client's head and one on the side. So if we're working on our client's right eye, you want to have your right wrist on the side and just a really good distance from your hands to where her natural lashes are. So holding the tweezers like so is really important. And we want to have our left hand in the middle of our client's head, which gives us that full control. So across the eye, we're able to rotate and be able to lash her quite easily. If we're moving on to the left eye, you want to move your left wrist to the side of her face and your right to the middle. And again, this way you'll have really good control. You'll be able to lash her eye across as well. So making sure that you can move around like that. Perfect. So when we're starting, we want to use 2 tweezers to isolate. If you are comfortable and if you've got the hang of it, you're more than welcome just to go in and isolate like that. But I find that, especially when you're starting out, it's good to have the assistance of the other tweezer. So just moving some lashes out of the way and then just exposing that lash. So in the manual, we have a range of different lash maps that you can go through. So if you would like to, you're more than welcome to write the millimeters that you're going to be adding to the client's natural lashes, but you don't have to. It's completely up to you if you want to. So we're going to start with isolating and placing the lashes on our mannequin. So I've decided to apply 8mm lashes in the inner corner and then go slightly longer, so 9mm, 10mm, and then finish with an 11. So in 4 equal parts, I'm going to place those extensions on. So isolating your lash, making sure that you've got really sturdy hands and that lash is very nicely opened. I'm going to place a 10mm lash here, so I'm just going to put my hand on the side of that tile. Hand on the side of the tile, pick up the lash, go in through the center of the glue, come out nice and slow, and go ahead and apply that extension on 1 to 2mm from the base of our client's natural lash. So moving on, going to do an 11mm here. So in through the center, back out nice and slow. I'm placing that extension on and very gently release, otherwise sometimes that lash can move. So isolating nice and wide. You want to isolate sort of from the midpoint of your client's lashes, just so that any baby lashes that are present, they're not going to sort of come through. You've got really good control over that lash. Perfect, and release. So coming in through the center, back out nice and slow, so you can see that there's no blobs of glue, no chunks of glue. It's quite elegant. Place on and release. So we're going to continue this across the eye. Now a common question we get is, can I go back and forth, or should I sort of stick to 1mm, complete that section and move across? It's actually best if you jump back and forth, because if you go and lash every single one in a row, it doesn't really give the glue a good chance to dry properly, and you might find that the overall set might be a bit sticky and inconsistent. So it's really good to sort of just place a lash on and then just move away to another section of the eye and continue. So placing on. So when we apply these lashes, from the moment we dip them in glue, we have 1 to 2 seconds until we have to actually place that extension onto that lash, otherwise that glue dries. So it's good to sort of get into the habit of using a faster setting glue, just so that you're not wasting too much time. through the center, back out nice and slow, coming across, placing that lash on, and very gently releasing it. So you can see that I'm focusing all my attention on the base of that natural lash, making sure that it's really, really nicely bonded, so that way as your client's lashes grow out, it's actually going to grow out with that extension bonded. If you place them on incorrectly, and there are some examples in the manual, you might find that when her lashes start to grow out, it can start to cross over and just look really messy and inconsistent. So we're just going to repeat this process until all the lashes are full. Now you're welcome to go back and forth between each eye, or you can focus on one eye and then the other.